Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 209 of Dissonant Waves.
Hello.
Ritz and Trix are here. Monty and
Yeah.
Manny are at our feet, proverbially, and also here as well.
Yep.
And it's been a wonderful week, a weird week. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
My best friend Jake was in town. We went to see Chappell Roan, eventually. But in the process, he did a lot of listening with me for this week. We have on the docket Mac DeMarco's new album Guitar, Growlers' new EP Feel My Funk, Everyday Believer's album Everything is Going to Be Okay, the new Wednesday album Bleeds, Manny.
We also have Manny.
And I picked the two albums by Food House and Two House.
Yes.
I think the place to start this week is the album that Jake really likes. Shout out, Jake. I didn't really have much to say
We have
about.
stories we want to get into.
But I want to start easy first.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got as much time. We literally have never had a time limit on this podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jake liked the Everyday Believer album. I thought it was fine, but not super, whatever. So we could start there.
Yeah, okay. We'll start with Everyday Believer. So, first off, I had to preface this by giving an apology to Everyday Believer at Sawhorse Festival, specifically because every second of my life I worry that they saw it on the ground and fought differently. I got them to sign a Pokemon card. I lost it. I don't know where it went. It's the only one that I've lost, and I am honestly, if anyone found it, I'd like it back, please. But if someone's found it and just taken it, more power to them, I guess. It's not like it cost me anything. It's more sentimental value. But it's still pretty good sentimental value.
What Pokemon was it?
Eldegoss, I believe.
Shame.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw them at Sawhorse Festival, not really knowing any of their music. I think I've listened to Cowboy a couple times in my playlist, but otherwise not really knowing the album. Did it? I thought it was a good performance, and I figured this is an album that is worth talking about in some degree. So put it on to the podcast, and that's basically all the intro that's needed for it.
All right.
Trix, what did you think?
This was a fun little like grunge flavored album.
Yes. Jake said this is something they'd probably listen to. I thought it was fine, but I personally, with everything else going on this week, it kind of just went through me like water.
I wouldn't say this is an album that's going through me like water or anything like that, but I also don't think it's the highlights in terms of albums this week. My personal take of Everyday Believer's album is I think this band has quite early on found a sound that they're going for, and I think I think they've definitely got a bit more of a distinct sound, despite this being a pretty what's the word I want to say here? It's a pretty populated kind of scene. This sound,
Yeah.
already enough as it is, but I guess it helps as well that this is a pretty distinct vocalist in this band as well. Helps it kind of stand out. But my personal take is I think they weren't quite ready for an album. This has an EP's worth of great songs, but as an album, there is a lot to go through that's really just not quite there yet, in a personal opinion, whether it be production feels like it could have been taken a bit more time, or the songwriting just feels a bit too simple for what's going on. And more so, I feel like there's moments on this album, and they're short moments, but still by short, I don't mean like 5 seconds or something. I mean it's like a batch of songs and a batch of songs that I think are really good highlights and show what this band is capable of, which makes it kind of an interesting album to go into the band for. Yeah, I know it's not to say that the lowlights are bad or anything from this. I just think that the lowlights end up being that water, as we kind of spoke through. But the highlights show that there is something to this band.
Yeah, like a song like Let It Go kind of services a little bit as something I liked. Couldn't really tell you right now much about it, even though I just listened to it. Like, an hour ago. Again.
I mean, you can't hit a chorus that goes cowboy ye or. It's hard to hate that.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I like the last time we had a kind of comedy cowboy act coming through.
And that's not really. It's not like this vibe is really comedy cowboy or anything like that. But there definitely seems to be that kind of those moments where they can take themselves with a bit of humor in their songwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helps. Admittedly, it's hard to go really deep into this album. I think with how a lot of the mixing and stuff goes in this album as well, there's a lot of kind of digging that you have to do sonically, and you don't really get that much reward for it, which is a bit unfortunate. It is, despite that kind of that low production stuff, still all that kind of like everything being bundled together. It is still kind of surface level in what you can kind of hear up front is what you're going to be hearing on subsequent playthroughs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of becomes like, if you enjoyed this on your first listen, you're going to enjoy it on your second, you're going to enjoy it on your third, blah, 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 blah. If you're like me and really enjoyed parts of this album on first listen and found other parts just to be in the ear, in one ear, out the other, then yeah, that's how I've gone through, because I think I would have listened to this album about 5 times, and it still becomes a pretty easy listen start to finish, just because the sound that they have going on is good, even when it is a song that's very kind of forgettable or middling. It's still easy to kind of just keep the album going on as a vibe in that sense. But my personal take of this is, especially since this is a debut and all that, I think this is stuff that could have used some cutting and made a good debut EP rather than just trying to force out the debut album. I don't know what the full context obviously is in here. I haven't gone like full into a full deep dive into the lyrics or anything like that to see if there's some story or something happening start to finish, but I kind of doubted, seeming as the songs don't seem to connect by any kind of singular theme or anything.
And a lot of them are not short, but short enough that some of it feels like it probably could have been cut a bit. Like nothing, well, at least not a lot feels like, oh, this isn't necessary, this needs to stay. Like there's something here, but it's kind of just it needed somebody with a little bit of a stronger editorial perspective, perhaps.
It's
vision.
You know, for every band that we go and say, like, oh, listen to this, and this is some incredible band that's knocked it out of the park, there's always going to be a band, there's always going to be a band that hasn't knocked a single thing out of the park and everything's crap. But this is that in between, in which they have moments on here which go, okay, this band is interesting. It's worth kind of listening to this album and kind of getting to know this band, regardless of whether or not the album itself stands out in this whole what has been a pretty, actually, like, in the terms of underground music, been a pretty strong year.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
And as much as I feel bad when I shit on it, so I'll go on to the things that I love about this album. And I think when this album shines with those, I'd like to say, kind of catchy hooks that they got in some of those choruses, especially with Cowboy. But Cowboy is such a well-written kind of. It feels like one of those songs that could have been a '90s hit. It's just kind of that obscure and weird, but catchy enough.
There's a very '90s feeling throughout the album, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the kind of, I guess, those moments that have better production, like "Let It Go," I think probably has the best production out of any song on this album.
Yeah.
Where I think things get to actually kind of like properly show off throughout the whole song, and it goes to show just actually how good the sound can be. I'm running out of fucking words in my thesaurus today, or how broad the sound can be. But unfortunately, a lot of the album just doesn't do that. I also do want to shout out "Slump" as well, which is a song that's been kind of stuck in my head for the past bit off this album as well. That's how I feel. I think this is one of those keep an eye out for band, because they have flaws, but these are flaws that can so easily be fixed.
Yes.
And when they are then they have the potential to to put out a pretty impressive record. So
Yeah, the flaws are
yeah,
really
that's kind of my opinion.
the flaws are really just kind of surrounding the music, not really the music itself.
Mm.
It's more of there hopefully is somebody that has maybe a little bit of a stronger idea of what a project like this is supposed to be. Like, I don't know what I really feel from this album other than this is the first album.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if this is the collection of songs that exist to mark that time period, that's fine, but sometimes that can work really well, and sometimes it just feels like a bunch of songs. And this is very much that latter.
Yeah, the bunch of songs, yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if there's a next time, like just
I hope there is.
I hope there is. But if there's like a little drive of like, let's kind of move in this direction. Let's make more songs kind of like this or about this, or kind of tie it to a larger idea. Something like that, I feel like would help anchor it a bit more.
I mean, this feels like a band that they do just kind of go to their next release with that more kind of idea properly utilized throughout the whole album or the whole record. If it's an album or an EP, it's going to just come out so much better.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that they do on this album which are already better than a lot of their well, I'm not going to even say contemporaries, people that are bigger than them have struggled to do. Like, I can't say that this isn't an album that feels like it clashes all over the place or anything like that. I think it manages to flow itself as an album well. They do at least understand track listing and everything on that in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those. I think this is a good listen. I don't think it's one of those. This will be like your favorite album of the year kind of listens, but it's one of those. There's enough going on in, with this band and their sound that this is still like the you should listen to this just because they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
Quick one on that one, I guess. Favorites: Slump, Cowboy, Let It Go. Least favorite is probably something like My Friend or the Cowboy Reprise, which I admire what they're going for on there, but it doesn't really feel needed to have that kind of interlude track in an already short enough album.
I'm gonna call this a decent cheese sandwich.
I'm gonna highlight "Let It Go" as something that at least in my memory sticks out as one of their better songs. Otherwise, it's kind of a blunder for me.
All right. Well,
before we get on to another pick, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wanted to give us a little bit of time to talk about something and kind of warm up a little bit. I do want to talk about my experience going to see Chappell Roan.
All right, let the gays talk.
I had a wonderful opportunity. A friend of mine won a lottery of tickets. It was like, hey, I have a ticket. Do you want to go? Chappell Roan is currently touring, I guess, based on the popularity of the Subway, the new single she put out. She has...
I think it's based on the popularity of fucking everything over the past year.
She had a few songs in New York, 2 songs in Kansas City, Missouri, and then a few concerts in California. I went with my friends to see her in Missouri.
So just to put out as well, Chappell Roan's currently number 102 in the world on Spotify, and number 5 most listened to on Spotify is actually Chicago.
That makes a lot of sense. My friend Jake is probably very high up there and listens.
But yeah, sorry, continue about you in Missouri.
Trained from Chicago to Kansas City, one route. It's about 8 hours. Pretty solid train trip. Have to have some wonderful train steak courtesy of the Amtrak. Probably one of the best steaks I've ever had. To be honest.
Was it juicy?
Quite juicy. Honestly, mine was a little overcooked. I asked for medium well when I meant medium, but it looked really nice. Paired well with a good drink, and we got there. And Kansas City's really nice. They have a streetcar that's free. Did not know that.
Hell yeah!
And they just are just going around the city like on those like electric little wires. You hop on, you get off. It's meant to be free. It's for the foreseeable future, forever. Wonderful little thing they got going on. We get the hotel, and then we stay the night. And then the next day, we kind of go around the city trying to see the sights. There's a big Chappell Roan mural that we got to see. I wanted to go to Kansas just to say I've been to Kansas, so we got some food and some breakfast out there. One of the streetcars was the Pink Pony Express, which I did not get to ride, but we saw it multiple times. But everything was kind of leading up to the big show that evening. Kansas City is, like a city, but it's not like one of America's biggest cities. It's not like a New York, it's not an LA. So its capacity to like house a big event like Chappell Roan concert, it's possible, but like it really seemed like the city was stretching to its limits to like allow this to happen in a way, because we were on like in a park in like this World War I memorial on a big hill, and there was like thousands and thousands of people there. I think I saw something that's like 30,000.
I'll go check out the capacity now.
Yeah, and she gave a wonderful set, a really really good set. She sounds like she does in her recordings. She can kind of match everything that she pretty much puts out. Good Luck Babe, she sings a little bit lower, but that's fine. She does a wonderful, nice kind of lower cover of Barracuda as well.
Okay.
There was a merch you could get. It was the lines for way too long to get merch. They had some drinks themed on some of her songs.
Yeah.
And she kind of talked about being from Missouri and how wonderful it was and how meaningful it was to have her do shows there. It really it meant a lot to her. And my friends had seen her previously in a smaller event where she had taken some more personal time to talk about how fast everything had been moving. Now to see her like a year and a half later in this big setup with screens stories high projecting her image everywhere was just breathtaking to them.
Sweet.
I'm not really one for like the big concerts. A lot of people like that, not always my thing, but this was different. This was really really good. I'm glad I was able to go and experience that. Kansas City was a really good time. It was a 12-hour train ride back because we went on a different route through Missouri all the way through Illinois the long way. Yeah, it was a wonderful time. Truly amazing to see how far she's come since we first covered her even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when she first played Australia, which I didn't go to. It's one of those gigs in which there are a lot of times in which people go, oh, they actually played here back when they were smaller, or they played at this venue and stuff. But you didn't know who they were when that happened or anything like that, or blah, blah, blah. So the actual chances of you haven't seen them were pretty small. There's a couple times in which I've known of artists when they played a small venue, like Cigarettes After Sex played the Lansdowne Hotel. Billie Eilish played the Lansdowne Hotel, actually, which is even fucking crazier. And now, anytime that they come over here. Now, those cases, I didn't have the money regardless, nor did I actually know that they were playing there. But Chappell Roan playing Liberty Hall, which is bigger than Lansdowne, I did know of. In fact, I was actually looking at a Tixel ticket the whole day because I was kind of like, I might give this a go. Other people are going to this and stuff like that, and I just want to see what this hype's about. And this is 2023. Keep in mind. And instead, I decided, fuck it, messaged my brother, and we went to see a free show at Vic in the Park. We saw Betty Ray's, and I won a giant push-in from Time Zone before we went. But it's also other crazy what happened on that night, because Frankie and the Witchfingers were also playing. So that was also another gig that I could have possibly gone to. And I believe that The Weeknd was actually supposed to play in Sydney that day, but then cancelled like a bit ago for, I gotta work on my new album, which is like, come on, you scheduled a fucking tour. That's not a reason.
Yeah.
No.
Just say you have mental health problems, and we'll forgive you on that one. But that's crazy to think about. That I can remember all these people who were standing the fuck out of Chappell Roan. Like, standing Chappell Roan is not a new thing.
No.
This is basically since the rise and fall of the Midwest Princess, all that. She's had very dedicated fans to a point that's been kind of really cringe. I remember the rugby league Discord that I'm on. We ended up creating a separate channel, which has eventually been deleted. And we told all those people, shut the fuck up, just put your stuff in there so everybody else doesn't get bombarded by this shit.
That's very fair.
That's
sensible.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, when it comes to an artist that's like blown up or anything like that, I wasn't there from the very start of Chappell Roan or anything like that, nor was I really there while she was blowing up. But I mean, if you were paying attention, it was pretty obvious that she was going to just become huge. She had basically done what every music industry label wants an artist to do, and that's to get a fucking huge following over TikTok.
Yeah.
And she had done that. And that's right. It'd been rumored for quite a bit that Laneway had picked her up early to get her performing over here, which is now why she's actually doing that. She's the headliner. So she's going from playing Liberty Hall to the next time headlining a whole fucking festival. Like, not co-headlining, headlining.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And not just one show, like the whole of Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's insane. And yeah, I'm going because, like, I don't really want to pay to see a solo Chappell Roan show. That's not what I want to do. But I do want to see what all the Chappell Roan fans are going to do during Geese and Shady Nasty.
I mean, you know what? You talked about how the day I didn't go, there was Japanese breakfast. We had Baby Tate the night that I went. Different
I
vibe.
would have preferred Japanese breakfast.
Baby Tate also very pregnant, like impressively doing everything and like doing her thing. Like, get it? Like, I'm sure this was like a whole thing, or he was more than happy to oblige someone who, you know, they said that Chappell Roan really likes her. So, yeah, but like, goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know much Baby Tate stuff except that Mickey remix song thing. But I think she did pretty good.
I'm just begging Laneway. If Shady Nasty doesn't play the same stage as Chappell Roan, I'm going to be so disappointed because I want to see all those people who have lined up early, gone straight to the barrier and tried to camp there for the whole 10 hours, survive a Shady Nasty mosh.
And, you know, I think that the crowd went pretty good for Baby Tate. They were pretty hyped for the DJ. There were some good moments where they were playing some Rebecca Black tracks, just kind of tied things over. That went pretty well. The crowd was pretty receptive, so I'm hoping that they'll be receptive there too.
Anyway, now that we've padded for time, let's go talk about the
what I wanted to get to. The kind of my segue here is that on the way back, driving Jake to the airport today, I realized I never listened to the Growlers EP. So I spent today doing that, making sure I got my listens in. So let's go there next.
You know what the funny thing is, Dominic? I was about to go to the same place.
I'll even introduce it. The Growlers came out of nowhere, I feel like, and released an EP of stuff from the vault. And you can tell it's not great.
You know, Trix, I have a feeling that you're assuming one day we're going to listen to the Growlers and go, yeah, we get it. And
I know that day is never coming.
Put aside all the controversy of Burger Records. I still don't know whether or not Brooks was involved in any of it. It seems like apparently he wasn't, which I don't know how that happens. But I'm in a position of privilege where I don't actually have to care. Because I really don't care about the Growlers. I've listened to too much Growlers albums at this point. And it's just all I don't get it. I love surf rock growing up and all that as well. This seems like exactly something that should be for me. I do not get it.
Yeah,
didn't save them.
That's fair.
I'm confused why they felt the need to put the explicit and clean version on the EP.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I skip the clean version every time.
Yep. So
I gotta do my listens. Gotta do it complete as much as I can. That third song,
these should have stayed in the vault.
Yeah, that Started All Too Soon just kind of ends. Just very confusing.
Yeah.
Like they just cut it. Like, oh, okay. Because like the Spider Eyed song, there's like 2 in 1. So it's like, okay, you got one that's got a lot going on, one that's got not a lot going on, and then just this other Feel My Funk thing going. That's it.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that you picked this, Trix, because Everyday Believer is not anywhere close to bad enough to deserve a last place of the week.
Yeah, sometimes you got to give people a scapegoat.
I mean,
This
it might
was-
not be the only one that I'm picking below it. Let's put that out there.
Honestly, as a Growlers fan, I am disappointed.
This is. I mean, for a song called "Fill My Funk" that you've had in there twice,
Zero funk, funkless
Yeah.
white face.
yeah.
Can you help me with the timeline? When did the Burger Records thing actually happen again? When did it all come
Like
out?
2021, 2022.
Feels
Yeah.
like
It
a
was
lot
post
longer than it was.
Natural
Yeah.
Affairs,
Because
which
like,
their
okay,
last
how long-
album was 2019.
How long has this been in the vault for?
Who fucking knows?
that's
I don't
my
know.
question. Is this like we never
Yeah, it's-
actually got to the new record, so here's what we have?
Maybe, I don't know. But there was another EP too that was like remix.
Foghorn Town, yeah, I see that.
So I
does that
think it's
mean
gonna be like a little Growlers revival.
But okay, but there's a remix, and there's two, like the Leghorn remix, radio version of that, and then the instrumental. So it's not super really.
and it's the stuff with the old members on it? Am I allowed to just like have a go at everybody who's written on this? In which case, can I have a go at Brooks than submitting music with the old members on it?
I
You know
think
what,
it was
actually,
re-recorded.
I as saying that, I just realized I still don't care about the fucking Growls.
I mean, that's the only reason I can see this being like a thing they put out, is because this was meant to be the beginning of the new album cycle, and then it just fizzled.
If the Growlers are dead, just kill it off.
Well, if they can squeeze out a few more bucks,
I mean,
do it.
I don't know.
are they really squeezing anything out of this though? Like, when people think of Burger Records, regardless if Brooks Nielsen is innocent or not, they still think of the Growlers of the whole Burger Records thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Feel My Funk has the most plays on this because it's like on here twice, so people will probably listen to it twice, you know, in that good old way.
There's also a
And-
single.
Yeah, and yeah, it's one of the most currently played ones, and they still do have quite a bit of listeners, but I feel like that listeners all going to their old stuff. It's not. I don't think anyone's asking for new Growlers. I don't think.
Maybe this is also
The
kind
band-
of like the canary in the coal mine of like, are people going to come back?
Maybe,
Maybe.
but I think the band's dead here, Brooks.
I mean,
Yeah,
I-
stick to your solo stuff, Brooks. Your solo stuff is great. I come back to Miss Cricket all the fucking time.
I don't come back to his all this stuff either, but you know.
No, I'm
This is the
tired
thing I
of
keep
this.
coming back to, that I will still listen to because I want to listen to everything. But
Well, I think I'll have a redeeming pick next week.
my
I mean, he could just turn Brooke Nielsen into the Growlers, and just the Growlers could be a solo project for all I fucking care at this point, I guess.
that's,
yeah, I
that's
mean-
the thing at this point is the voice is the voice.
So
Yeah.
it's like none of this really makes sense, but there are certain times where you just go, I don't really care how the story ends.
Yeah, you can't. As much as
For me, it ends here because I stopped giving a shit a long time ago, and I'm kind of just here because I feel like I need to be.
That's fair.
So, yeah. Least favorite of the week by far.
as
You know
nice
what?
as it
That's
is,
fair.
as nice as it is to finish every story, as much as I'd like to kind of wrap bows around all the discographies that we can, I'm not in any rush to do more Growlers, but if it happens, it happens.
Well, let me put it
We
this way,
still have
Dom.
to talk about their disco era.
I just want to put it this way. Despite me never having actually seen either of these two shows, is that whilst it's sometimes nice to finish up a story, sometimes you finish it like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead, in which everybody was hyped for it, everybody was waiting to see where it would go, and then just eventually it all fell apart before the finish line.
Yeah.
That kind of comes in part from putting the finish line a bit too far. The Growlers definitely had a chance of the finish line to be a lot earlier, but they're like, nope, the race is still on. It's like that Vietnamese soldier or something, or the Japanese soldier, sorry, that was stuck in the forest for like 30 years thinking the war is still happening. I think I've got that analogy like wrong with its factual parts, but you know what I mean.
I believe it was the Japanese. Yes. Japanese soldier.
Yes, Japanese soldier.
Anyway, that's what the Growlers are.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Favorites, none.
Yeah, I'll honestly say that too.
It's whatever.
I'm
Whatever.
disappointed.
Now let's get to the other album.
I want to hear about
Dominic, you want to
guitar, but I also want to hear about the Vic Wooten story.
Yes. So I'll tell this story. It has a couple parts to it. I'm at work one night, and one of my duties is I have to answer the phone for the specific ghost restaurant that I mostly work for. And I get a phone call, and I look at the caller ID, and it says Victor Wooten. And I answer it, white lady on the phone. Think nothing of it. Then on Saturday, last table in the restaurant, I'm about to brick the grill. I walk to the basement to go grab a fresh grill brick, and as I'm passing, I see at the table, oh my god, holy shit, I think that's Vic Wooten. And it was in fact him. There's a chance, I don't know what he ordered, but there's a chance I cooked a delicious meal for Vic Wooten. And that is what the note that he signed for me says. I'm staring at it right now. But I got to potentially cook for one of my idols of bass, and that is Vic Wooten. I have a note that says, "To Trix, thanks for a good meal. Peace, Vic Wooten," and then a bass clef. And it was an incredibly surreal experience. I have not fangirled that hard ever.
You got a picture too.
I got several.
That's amazing. I'm glad you got to experience that.
Yes,
You got to do that.
A story that I can't believe happened to me.
You got
I'm
that
still
happening
in disbelief.
at the same time I was seeing Chappell Roan.
Yes,
This podcast really gets around.
it does.
So Mac DeMarco guitar.
This is really fucking. This just goes down smooth. Like, this is like a really easy listening album, and I think that's almost to its detriment.
Mac DeMarco hasn't been interesting since Here Comes the Cowboy. I'm sorry to say it, but that's just how I feel.
I mean,
Well, there was a lot of interesting stuff on One Wayne G.
I will defend One Wayne G with my life. That is an achievement. That is, like, one of the best albums of the decade. 5 Easy Hot Dogs, not great.
No.
The guitar is better than 5 Easy Hot Dogs. I will give you that.
I will agree on that as well.
But guitar constantly feels like a record that is starting over and over and over.
That's a good way to put it.
I will just put on with the One Wayne G thing here, Dominic, as well, and just go. It is mostly in our differences of how to view an album, and in which I think that One Wayne G, and yes, I should probably retract a little bit. It definitely has interesting moments on One Wayne G. I can't say that is a complete flaw, but I do think there is, due to its concept, a lot that you have to get through to get to the interesting things.
Sure.
Now, that being said, it's still better than both Guitar and 5 Easy Hot Dogs.
And both of those are also not anywhere comparable to Here Comes the Cowboy.
No, Here Comes the Cowboy. Whilst you can definitely argue there is a lot of like missteps that happen, especially in hindsight, it is still a memorable album when you listen to it. It has moments on it that make you listen despite his sound, whether you like it or not. And look, my personal opinion is that I think the best Mac DeMarco album is still This Old Dog. It's probably the personal favorite out of all the ones that I've heard, which has that kind of memorable moments, good hooks, and good guitar work in that. Whilst this is just, yeah, as you said, it starts over and starts over and starts over and starts over, and it's just
like Here Comes the Cowboy has different songs with like different things going on. Like,
yeah,
you can tell the difference between Choo Choo, K, and Heart to Heart. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, some of them have more synthy things going on. Some of them are a little more meme funny, haha. There's something there. This really just feels like I'm gonna do a guitar thing and sing some stuff, and that's kind of what the thing is called, a guitar. But they're all trying to be track 1 or track 3. And there are a couple of them that are different. Like Holy does sound different. Phantom does sound different. But Shining Sweeter, a lot of that stuff, rock and roll, that all is just let's just do the thing. And there's
from
no
memory
magic
as
to it.
well. From memory as well, 5 Easy Hot Dogs is instrumental.
Yes.
And this isn't, but yet somehow, despite a pretty obvious difference, it feels like there's no evolution here.
Right.
Yeah.
His singing is great. I love his voice. He does play guitar very well.
Yeah.
But
it's just
where is the juice?
And
there
this is
isn't the signature Mac DeMarco strangeness anywhere on this album.
That's it. I mean, what makes this a Mac DeMarco album, other than just
His
it's
voice.
made by Mac DeMarco? If you go through a lot of his history, just music-wise, and the albums that's put out, it feels like there's genuine, interesting moments that happen on Rock and Roll Nightclub's never really an album I've gone back to, but Two's got some really great and memorable moments that happen.
Two is
onto
my
it.
favorite Mac DeMarco album.
Salad Days as well, with its more kind of psychedelic vibes going onto it. Obviously, This Old Dog, which I think back to front is his most consistent record. One Wayne G, even having those moments of just pure, okay, this could have been something great, or it's an album full of concepts, yes. Or Here Comes the Cowboy, at least being kind of a bit more confronting in that case of how weird are you willing to go with Mac DeMarco? But no, none of that's in 5 Easy Hot Dogs or Guitar. There's no weirdness to it. There's no personality. It could have literally been made by anybody, and that's just disappointing.
And he threw away a whole album and just recorded this instead.
Yeah, I don't think Mac DeMarco has just lost it. It's been, I mean, One Wayne G is not an album that was created, that was created as a part of all of itself. It's snippets
It's a compilation.
Yeah, it's a compilation kind of like that. So I don't really count that, which means that really he just since Here Comes the Cowboy, he's kind of just lost it. At this point, I'm off the Mac DeMarco train.
Here's the question, though, I kind of want to ask. One of the reasons I picked this is because Mac DeMarco, famous lover of cigarettes, quit cigarettes. And I am personally, as of in 10 minutes from now, I will be 95 days, no cigarettes. Do we think that maybe that has anything to do with it?
Nope.
I think that there is a chance that psychologically he may think it does. There's certainly a history of people, saying, "Oh, well, this person got clean. This person kicked the habit, so their work suffers." I think some people
it's an outdated belief that drugs or thereabouts is what causes creativity.
Yes, but if Mac DeMarco thinks that his success or something comes from the cigarettes, he's very wrong.
I don't think he thinks that, but
no, he probably thinks the other way, which.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from not having cigarettes either. It comes from the person. And regardless, I don't think it really matters to us any of the sound. There's nothing in here that makes it seem relevant.
Yeah.
If you spread these songs across his entire discography, some of those songs may slot in very well somewhere else. But taken together, it's like you just took 10 songs or 12 songs across his discography and just slammed them together. It's the opposite. There's nothing to it. It's nice. I'm not saying that they're bad songs necessarily, or that he sucks in that way, but it's the presentation of the album that's the problem.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of the PR going into this album too, and he's talking, and he mentioned specifically that he thinks it's an evolution in his sound, and that if you don't like it, it's all right, but that's kind of what he's sticking by, from what I remember.
I mean, of course he'd say that, because that's...
I can respect it, but I don't know.
Oh.
What else are you supposed to say when you have a new crop of songs, but you can't really justify it other than to say, this is where I am now?
Yeah, the only concern I really have is that he seems, in that case, think that this is an evolution. It's really a stagnation, and it's a stagnation at a point of his music where it's unfortunately kind of at its lowest.
Unfortunately.
Like, it's not like you have to be weird forever or anything like that. And yes, you can start going into other styles. It's not like you have to do Here Comes the Cowboy Part 2.
No.
But there's nothing on this that makes me think this is a Mac record, other than yes, is one of the guitar tones and stuff like that. But that's not really what's made Mac DeMarco interesting. And it's just it's a very disappointing listen. It's made better by the fact that it's just a bit more listenable than the Growlers EP.
Yeah, it's a really smooth album. As I said, it goes down real smooth.
In the 5 Easy Hot Dogs, we had the why the fuck did he pick these tracks kind of question,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there was at least an interesting like take there that made it clearly the worst album that he's put out so far. But even that had its weirdness of like, you know, the tracks are named after the cities he like was making them in, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a weirdness to that still. If this is him shedding the weirdness and just kind of going straight, so to speak, it's better than 5 Easy Hot Dogs, but like, at what cost?
Yeah.
I would be interested in going more to his back catalog on the show, just seeing, because I've not listened to everything, and I'd love to keep listening to more.
I'd like to dig through the demos.
There's plenty of demos.
Yeah.
Oh, so many demos.
But again, it's 2 albums I'm doing this with. It is a blender, but no favorites regardless.
Let's see here. I'll give a shout out specifically to Nightmare. And Home is a good track. It's like I wouldn't object to Home or Phantom appearing on a playlist, but like this is an album isn't a great album.
In the same way, I won't object to Nothing at All or Holy being on a playlist or being in a different album, but this by itself, no. It's very much a blender.
Yeah.
Ritz, nothing else to say?
Nah, no favorites on it.
Well, I think the obvious place to go next is Wednesday.
Sweet song is a long time. A
new album, Bleeds.
Alright, I'm gonna open this one up like that Pitchfork review. Hey, did you know that MJ Lenderman and Carly Hertzman were in a relationship and they broke up, and everything about this album is actually about their breakup, despite the fact that MJ Lenderman put out an album after their breakup, and none of that was apparently about their breakup, despite there being a song called She's Leaving You. Yeah. Fuck Pitchfork. New Wednesday album. I loved Rats All Good a couple years ago. I was definitely hyped for this one, especially since they've been actually playing a couple of these songs, which, like that MJ Lenderman album, written a long time ago.
He's also still on the album.
Still on the album. On there. And, I mean, a true miracle did actually happen during this album cycle. Dan Tenor actually liked it.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck. Took him long enough. But, new Wednesday album. We knew we were going to cover this. Let's go. Dominic, what are your thoughts?
It's good, but I'm conflicted about it.
I don't put myself in a thing of confliction. Now, it's not Rats All Good in terms of quality. For me personally, I still think this is a really good album. I do love how many different styles that they are going onto it,
Yes.
but it does cause the album to lose a little bit of its identity and a little bit of its flow. That being said, every style that they are going into, they do well. Like putting out a song like Wasp is just crazy. Considering as this kind of whole scene that they've created is basically based on this kind of old country. They've kind of got a bit of a country hardcore going on there.
Yeah. Elderberry Wine.
Yeah. Elderberry Wine as well is probably like the best song that Wednesday has put out, in my opinion. It's just
you're a country
so
fan, Ritz.
Apparently, but it's just a very kind of well-produced, well-performed song as well. Like that's probably the only one on here in which I'd say is actually about Carly's relationship, and it's not about a breakup or anything. It's about one that's obviously kind of like going past the red flags and everything, you know.
Yeah.
And there's like some genuine kind of emotion that's coming out in a lot of the singing on it, and that's not the only other reason on it. Like just the instrumentation on it is just so beautiful. Someone like just put into the comments, you know, this the steel pedal that's happening in it. It puts out some beautiful fucking sounds.
Yeah.
Even when they go into some of the more lo-fi ones, like Round Up Here by Holding On, as well, it shows that they can do that. Like, because that's what Rat Saw God kind of was, you know, is the mixture of those kind of like softer country and then going into that more grungier sound.
Yeah.
And I don't think they do it as consistently well as they did on Rat Saw God, but we get just a lot of those moments of just dark moments that happen, or just kind of like force you to listen moments on this album, like Carolina Murder Suicide. A very kind of dark solo effort for most of the track as well, that kind of forces your attention. Sorry, Dominic, as you were saying.
The farther away I get from Rat Song God, I still really like it, but to me that album is largely Bull Believer. This one I feel stands a lot better on its own as a full album for me. And I do quite like the different sort of takes they have in different genres. I don't think it really takes away from the identity of the album, because I think the album itself is kind of amorphous and country focused, but not like hardcore country in a way. But I still find myself kind of like wandering through the album, kind of like what am I supposed to cling on to here? Like, there are great moments, there are wonderful, nice little things. Like, I like some of the lyrics on Fish Pepsi. Of course, Elderberry Wine has some really cool stuff. You know, Wasp sounds wonderful. But the shortness and the kind of presentation of the songs in the order that they're in, I'm kind of like, this is good, but I really do feel like there's something missing from it. Some kind of one more thing that latches onto me. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Some take, as I said before.
You kind of can you repeat? You went away there for a minute. It was weird.
I think you went away for us. So, my personal opinion, kind of on this album, as I kind of said before, is that I do think this is still a good effort from Wednesday. It doesn't reach that Rat Saw God levels of consistency, which, for me personally, I think Rat Saw God isn't just Bull Believer. One, because Quarry is so fucking good of a track. Two, because Bath County is so good of a track. And there's other so fucking moments on there as well that just stuck in my head. I think that's a much more consistent and good flowing album, more so than this is. And I think this is it's not a sophomore slump kind of album or anything like that, but it is a where do we go next kind of album. And it shows off some of their best songwriting, but it does fall flat as we go a bit further into it.
Yeah. Like with I mean the fucking Pitchfork album review aside, right? There's a potential that they could be the modern day Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac kind of styling, not with the drama necessarily. That's kind of why I bring it up. I don't mean the drama. I mean
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carly has the voice. There's clearly some really good songwriting. There is a nice blend of soft rock and country and other things too. Like,
depends if MJ stays at the studio member as well, because obviously one of the big things is that he has left the live band.
Yeah,
I hope he comes back, but it's also not like his solo stuff isn't doing well as well. So it's not like it's without its own reasons of doing it.
Right, he's doing well on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I guess I see them positioning themselves to really take the genre by storm. I think outside of us, I think Wednesday has broken through pretty well, at least in the underground scene as far as country emo-y stuff goes. I wouldn't even think this is emo at this point. It's just
they have a crossover with that scene, but yes.
Right. So I can see a future in which this goes and kind of takes that wanting of Fleetwood Mac for our generation by the hand. But this isn't the album to do it yet.
No.
I would agree in that sense. I think this is more Wednesday and more importantly, it's Wednesday justifying more Wednesday.
Yes.
This isn't Rats All Good Part 2. It is a similar and different direction, and it continues on. And it's not an album that I say feels like a compilation, but it doesn't. It just, when I compare it to the last effort, has some downgrades in terms of an album. But still, I do think they genuinely have some of the best songs they've ever written on this album, and that's more than enough to justify its existence, let alone it still being a good album back to front regardless.
I think the comparison of a Fish concert and Human Centipede, that whole lyric is fascinating on its own. There is many wonderful things that wind up in these lyrics that, if you go back to something like Bo Believer, the whole Mortal Kombat reference and the way that kind of dovetails into that whole section of the song is quite great. And, Harley is a wonderful writer.
Yeah, and the more that you just shut up and listen to, you kind of realize just how easy it is for her words to kind of cut deep.
Yeah,
it's fantastic, and yeah, I love Wednesday. I'm a true Wednesday fan.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was I like me some country, and I like me some grunge, and this is just a good feeling combination of the two. I couldn't really absorb this one as well as I wanted to. Busy week, but I enjoyed what I listened to.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily say kitchen music.
I can't remember which. I think it's Pick Up That Knife as well, which opens with the line about cutting up ketamine with a hotel room key.
No, that's Bitter Every Day.
That's Bitter Every Day. Okay, I can never. Those are two kind of similar sounding songs. I can't remember which one starts with which one, but Better Every Day, I remember at least was the better of the two. But that's cool. That at least confirms that I think Pick Up That Knife is my least favorite from the record. Then, because it's was that the one that had that line? Because that justifies it, but no. Pick Up That Knife was the one where I didn't really have that much thoughts about when it released as a single, and unfortunately, then I think it's the least favorite of this. But favorites wound up here by Holding On, Elderberry Wine, Wasp, Carolina Murder Suicide, Townies, all fucking great tracks.
Yeah.
My least favorite is probably Townies. Just something about it didn't really jive with me. I really like Elderberry Wine. I like Fish Pepsi. Wasp is great. Carolina Murder Suicide definitely sticks out. Gary's too, even as a story song, is quite interesting. Yeah, but I think Pick Up That Knife is probably the least favorite.
I'm just gonna say cheese sandwich.
All right.
Well, I need to spend more time with it.
That brings us to our last group. Talking about both of the albums. It is time to talk about Food House. With the albums Food House and Two House. My picks for the week.
So let me just preface this by saying that I cannot give a favorite or least favorite of this one. Nor can I say there's it is in sense of listening to it music-wise, blender or a cheese sandwich. But this is the definition of something you have to listen to start to finish.
Yeah.
This is definitely the thing that I occupied most of my time this week.
Same.
Yeah, I put on Food House, the first album, and it's hyperpop music. It's got some really nice breakdowns. It's in that initial wave of stuff post 100 gex getting off the ground and everything. It's got some really nice things in it. And then
Dominic,
yes,
this is some of the dumbest shit you've ever picked. I won't say shoegaze, but I love shoegaze. That's sorry, when I say dumb, I mean brain rot.
Yeah.
Ritz.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel better or worse about this album knowing that this is Tony Hawk's Kid, one of them?
That just makes me feel so much fucking better about this album, and I was on the positive already.
And then when I went to pick up Jake the first night they were in town, I put on Two House, and it was quite a time. Holy shit!
Two House makes me want to do some lines of cocaine and do the shit out of some dishes.
I think Jake's response was, "I hope they're in therapy." Like it's a very it's a very talky album compared to the first one. Like Two
Yeah.
House is like
I-
spilling over with lyrics everywhere.
I think the first album, kind of like when I listened to it, was like it had those moments that were kind of grabbing me, but like in a full album, I think it's mostly kind of like the forgettable one. But no, the second one, which feels like just shit post after 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 shit post is just fucked. Like they won't shut up at all. They just it's this is why I say this is the dumbest shit you've ever picked. Because this will go back onto the fucking we will look back at you shit, where this is just two people who have had idea after idea after idea and after idea, and nothing was cut.
And why would you?
And I can't even you can't even name like every fucking meme that happens into here. But like the fucking Smosh shut up the shit in it, it was just like, oh my.
And then we were listening to it in the car, and we're like, did they talk about taking the blue line to the airport? Are they in Chicago? Sure enough, I guess Fraxiom is in Chicago. So like, and we were talking like, this sounds like something our friends would make. This sounds like if our friends were musicians, this sounds exactly like something they would do. But like, there's apparently a good chance someday I'll meet Fraxiom accidentally. Sounds like.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm trying to find it where there's like there's a fucking there's a line in there where it's like I'll love you for never. I mixed forever and never. And that's like the actual lyric. Where is it? I can't even remember what song it is.
Shout out to Infertile. If that was true, tell me why I'm making people squirtle.
So yeah, that's a good one. So Credit Card Knife's the one that ends with the Smosh Shut Up sample.
Credit Card Knife was the one where I was starting to get concerned. Like, is this a manifesto?
Let's get the lyrics up for Credit. Let's see. Credit card knife in my wallet with the credit cards. Greasy ass dude's got me running like a tennis star. If I had to leave it in you, no regret at all. Sticky in my pocket, sitting nestled with my butterfly, finishing you last like a whiny little nice guy. Wine it to the dirt, bitch, you're about to fucking die. Maybe. And then it starts talking about pizza.
Cutting consolation party like a pizza pie.
Yeah.
Oh, you forget the part before that where they well, the very beginning is fucking Waka from Final Fantasy X is a sample. And then it starts out, one sword looking like 25, like 50, like 100 swords, adding laceration marks and bruises to your undersores. So you leave the ground, but you don't leave the ground like hoverboards. I feel like a spoiled little brat. I feel like underwhelmed. And that's all just fucking underscores, like references.
Yeah. Fucking line, man. I'm so deep in this shit like it's asked for.
Oh, I gotta start digging.
Industry plant me on earth just to have a good time. I don't do good shit. All I drink or do is wine. I don't fuck around with catty. Don't you waste my time. The only cat they see me being is one in a blindfold. Or doing whatever I'm told. A masochistic little asshole. Fall in love with me, then I'm cold. It's just probably one of the most serious lines on this song, honestly.
Yeah.
Happy like the wheels on the Flash game.
Like this is a band, like the group for the furries, for everybody.
No, so this is the line that actually went hard. Party like it's 2024. Hear a knocking at my door. It's the police. Let him in. Bust a 9mm through their skin. Become enemy of state. This summer's gonna be great. Gooey drip in my mouth. Call me turtle jerk face. I don't even care to go on about the production or anything about this album anymore as well. This is just, we're just gonna recite lyrics to give an album of the week.
I ate an entire chorizo sausage and woke up covered in sick.
That's apparently
Holy
a reference
fucking
to an interview with Matt Bellamy.
Holy fucking fuck, that body of yours is absurd. I want to be smothered in dick.
Oh god, what was the one about gators? Holy shit.
I just want to point out, this is the second album this week that mentions the human centipede, apparently, then, because make you swallow all the smoke and then I smoke it out your ass like human centipede.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's the cinema interpolation that happens right after that.
I put that in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find the fucking line as well.
Skin like gangrene, fits like Banksy. I'm like Freaky Bomb a bit more gaily. Theta Delta chain me, palm me up, fang me. Now I need a doggy extra points if he's hangry. Oops, I'm
that's the one.
Like Angie.
It was the cinema interpolation that goes, I could watch you for never. That's forever mixed with never. That's just a line in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or he's listing every fucking disease apparently, and then rhymes it with Julian Casablancas.
Just say they. Just don't.
Oh, they. Sorry, they. My
or
bad.
She.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. That's my apologies. So I saw that whatever name was up on Google when I searched this up. I actually don't know who's the one singing.
Mostly it's Fraxiom.
Okay, apologies. Yeah, because I would have just seen Tony Hawk's child.
Guppy is the Dylan Brady mostly of the bunch.
Actually, it's Guppy. Yeah, because Guppy's name is Spencer. Apologies on that.
Yeah.
Is Spencer Trix? Is Spencer Hawk trans or they go by here?
I
want to just know if I've double. I just want to know if I've double
pronoun.
fucked up. Any pronoun, okay. So I haven't double fucked up.
No.
Just single fucked up. Yeah. Apologies. Anyway, but yeah, they got some fucking. Oh my god, what is this album, Dominic?
I'm double checking right now.
This came from a mini-sub that Trix and I did that we just kind of stumbled on.
Yes. Well, I knew about them.
I did not know about this.
Actually, just to point out with how much
I've
more
been following Goopy on Twitter for years.
There is a whole song where they go on about just references and how many words that they can think of that start with trans.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't even remember what song's which in this. Like, I don't think I just stopped to go like, what song title was this? It's just
vitamin D deficiency, terminal brain rot, speak proficiency. Today I'm on track 3 efficiency. Worms convert to centipedes, tater, kanishi. Then it goes later to I could make something good enough to get blasted transmission-y. Convert everyone I know, that's my transmission-C. Like, I think I kind of feel like my pussy would pop. I want to become a bitch and see, are you chill with me?
I know my life's been a movie and no, not fun like the Minions.
Yes. What a fucking... Everything is on the table.
Yeah.
This is dumb. This is dumb in a fun way.
I got judged for listening to this at work, and it was worth it.
Yeah, rock with me. I'm a geologist. I'm an anthropologist, and I'm not an anthropologist.
I don't want to think about this album anymore because I don't want to know that I'm where to rank it because it's good. It's actually just good.
There are also some pretty serious songs about talking about harassment and being abused and shit, but it's all just kind of hidden underneath all of this hyper pop.
Oh, everything, absolutely fucking everything.
It's the album of the week, but what does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
what does this say about my mental health?
This is one of those albums of the week, but I'm gonna listen to the Wednesday album and favor it a lot more down the line. But I can't not give you a universal number 1 this week. It's just not fair.
Yeah, I live in Chi-Town now. I get recognized on the bus out here.
Man, I'm an adult now. I pay taxes. What the fuck am I doing?
Hey, you're really a subversive artist if you're scared of your own body and you don't even say the R word.
I'm abstaining from any more conversation at this point. I've been shit bursted out of my.
Still just quoting lyrics.
I loved it. I
do think the first album is still good. It has some really nice fucking drops, especially.
Yeah, but it's outdone by the second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is a hyperpop album. The second one is an opus.
It's a fucking experience. That's all I can say.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have to listen to them in order.
Yes.
I don't have a favorite or least favorite out of all this. It's just not one of those albums or one of those weeks. But it's not like this is a blender in that case. It's more so of it's just I don't think a single song really exists on this. I think this is just an album of moments. But it's moment after moment after moment.
All I will say
Too
is
old for this.
wink at you and make you gay for a month like TD Bank. 3 a.m. I play a concert and now my titties stink. San Francisco, I in your city. Where is the dank? Floor is looking a little sticky like Jizzy Bank.
Ugh.
No favorites, least favorites. This is all just one experience. Somehow these two albums being
Yeah.
five years apart does not matter.
No.
Nah.
It's a perfect like part 1, part 2 experience.
Alright.
Will they be able to do it in 2030 with 3 House?
Let's I've got dinner to make at this point because I don't want to think about music anymore after this. I think we peaked.
I mean, there's other stuff out there. They have made stuff on, at least Guppy's made stuff on their own.
Yeah. I'm sure we will cover it at some point. But until then, are we ready to try and do the rankings this week?
Sure.
Yeah.
I will start. Least favorite is the Growlers. Then it's Mac DeMarco. Then I've got to put Everyday Believer. Then I'm gonna put the first Food House album. Then I'm gonna put Wednesday. Then I'm gonna put Two House.
I'm gonna swap Wednesday and Food House. Otherwise, I agree. I think Food House is better than Wednesday.
I'm gonna throw the Growlers at the bottom. Then I'm going to put Everyday Believer, and then Mac. I think I enjoyed Mac a little bit more than Everyday Believer. Then Wednesday, Food House, Two House.
No, I agree with Trix. Trix is right.
No, I full disagree to anybody who thinks that Mac DeMarco is better than Everyday Believer.
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're dead wrong.
I'll be
I
dead
can't
wrong.
hate Mac.
I'll be dead wrong every time about Mac DeMarco. God damn it!
He's
Alrighty.
charming me.
I'm nothing if not consistent.
Well, what are we picking next week?
I will go last.
Okay, I'll go
Okay.
first. There's an artist who we've covered a lot, and mostly Dominic has picked it, but I was poking around this weekend around in the old YouTube archives, and I've came across a Neutral Milk Hotel album, cassette tape sort of thing, that we haven't listened to yet, and I think we need to cover it. We're going to be doing Invent Yourself a Shortcake from 1991. And we are going to be, because I had this encounter with Vic Wooten, we're going to cover something he was a part of. We're going to go country again. And Ritz, I hope you're okay with a whole bunch more country, because we're doing jazz country.
Oh.
Oh boy, I can't. Oi!
And we are doing Bella Fleck and the Flecktones, Flight of the Cosmic Hippo.
Alright, I am currently just finding a little EP to add on to everything here since
I will
short
find
enough
them.
short enough album. Whilst I'm currently I know I can't even think. I'm fucked right now. I'm tired. This has never been me. Why is this like me now? Why am I suddenly tired and everything? Somebody cancel.
You're
You have
27.
a house.
That's true. Both of you are right. Fuck. Oh, hello. I think you're an EP. You might be a single actually. Fuck you. Well, whilst I'm trying to find an EP, I'll start it off with the album. Trix, is it your birthday today?
No.
Well, happy birthday by the Empty Threads.
No, you know what? You should pick another thing that's Happy Birthday.
Oh, you want me to pick that?
You should pick the new Finn Wolfhard. Happy Birthday.
I was gonna say the Black Country New Road that has the song Happy Birthday.
Oh, that could work too, I guess.
Yeah, I could pick that, couldn't I? Instead, I'm gonna pick the Water from Your Eyes album. It's a beautiful place. It's not an EP, but I've heard good things about it. So yeah, that'll do. I've had enough time with that.
All right, let me just get this written up real quick here. Empty threats.
Oh, they're both posted in the chat.
I know. This is important. Give me a second.
This is important.
This is important for me to write it down.
All right. I apologize, Trix. Happy birthday to Trix. It's not her birthday, but it will be now today. Because I can't think of any other joke.
My friends, we're going to play a game.
Okay.
We're going to play darts.
How?
How this works is I have in front of me the master list of everything we have picked. And everything, my rankings for the year, ideas I have from what I want to pick in the future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly scroll up and down, just kind of haphazardly throughout the whole thing. And I'll call on one of you to stop me. And it'll stop me on a random page. And then I will take the mouse cursor and go up and down on that page. And have the other one stop me. And whatever artist I land on, that's who we're covering. That's the first pick.
Okay.
All right. How many picks are you doing?
I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pair it with something.
Okay.
I'm going to pair that choice with something from this year. If I'm not picking something from this year.
Trix, do you want to do the page first? Like the stop at the page? Or do you want to stop the artist first?
I'll stop the page.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I'm going to let you know when I'm getting going here. I want to make sure we got some good odds here. Alright, Trix, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Stop.
Okay, we are on we're on like episode 150s. So I'm gonna
Cool.
Second part now.
Stop.
Okay. I am on Freezer Doors Pictures with Yuki, December 15th, Laura Gladstone comp.
I'm just that good. Did you want something special, Dominic, that I can actually give to you for that?
What can you give me for that?
Did you know that Freezer has a CD exclusive compilation and a DVD of their live tour that they did? That was only physical only.
I did not know
that. I have.
Okay. Let's do that.
Would you like to do that?
Let's do that.
Problem solved. All right. Now you're gonna be scrolling up the page and stuff again. So I got to do the stuff.
No. That was the pick.
That was it. That was just it. Okay, I thought you said you were doing 2 picks. Okay.
No, my second pick will be something from this year to pair with it.
Okay. Cool. Okay, well, there's a compilation called Collection 1 from Freezer, which has a couple of the songs from I Do My Part by Not Killing Spiders, but it also has some of the stuff in that demo as well, but in that kind of more fleshed out ways. Some other B-sides and stuff like that, and a 10.5-minute track that was only on the CD.
How long is it?
40 minutes.
When did it come out?
This year, the CD collection. It
But
was
they
only
broke up now, right?
Yeah, it was only a part of the Soul Force Festival.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So
same with Goodnight Freezer DVD, which I will try and find a way for you two to watch. It's about the same time, but you only need to watch it once.
Alright, so that's fifth wave adjacent, or kind of fifth wavy Australian. What from my picks now can pair with that? Well, how about... Okay, this is a weird pairing, but I can kind of explain it. I'm going to pick the Of Montreal EP.
Okay.
The Bird Who Continues to Eat the Rabbit's Flowers. The way this connects is that this is actually the second version of the EP, The Bird Who Eats the Rabbit's Flowers. That first version is no longer available. I think it's CD only.
Which I have that CD.
Do you have the original or both?
Oh, would have been... Well, when was the re-release done?
Like a year or two later.
Oh, it would have been a re-release, sorry, no. But it's got 8 tracks on it. That's all I can tell.
Yeah, that's the re-release.
Yeah, okay.
So the original is something that is hard to find. This is the re-release. So that works out.
Well, there you go.
Okay. That means my pick is going to be... Well, it's not a this year thing, but the Freezer thing is from this year, so that'll count.
Yeah, the Freezer is this year, yes.
The Freezers Collection 1, the CD exclusive. And then you said there was a DVD thing? How does that work?
I'll find a way to get you two to view Goodnight Freezer.
It's called Goodnight Freezer? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And of Montreal is the bird who continues to eat the rabbit's flowers. Ritz, you've chosen the MP Threats Happy Birthday and Water from Your Eyes is a Beautiful Place. And Trix, you've chosen Neutral Milk Hotel's Invent Yourself a Shortcake. And Bella Fleck and the Fleck Tones, is it Flight of the Cosmic Hippo?
Yes.
Alright. That will do it for Dissonant Waves this week. I have been Dominic. You can catch me and my madness and everything else in the description below.
You can catch my stuff. I'm gonna go cook some dinner, boys and girl.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have been Trix, and you can catch me finishing off this pizza and going to bed.
Alright, everybody. Have a wonderful time. Good luck listening. And we can listen to something that you probably can't access very easily. Ha, ha, ha. Good night.